As you may well relate to, I've taken on a quest for understanding whether you can take marriage apart and still be one with God through Christ. As you can see, I pulled up John 17:23 out of last time, and it says, I in them and thou in me, that they may be made perfect in one. And it goes on. But the them is us in our singular spirit. Um, in fact, it's further uh, qualified better up in verse 20. And again, this being a prayer that Christ prayed just before going to the cross, um, praying for all believers into the future, basically. Um, Previously, he was praying for, in John 17, for the disciples, but not these, not the disciples alone, but for us into the future. Um, and the prayer goes on to say, specifically for them, which is us singularly in our spirit. Um, Also, which shall believe on me through their word. Um, so, one of the qualifiers of being a perfect one is to be a believer, um, to believe that He's our Savior, and that we can look to His Word to help us understand what it means to believe. Basically, it's not just a simple, believe, but what it means to believe. And one of the things that it means is that, well, through our word, the word there is our, hierarchically, let's say, including your spousal promise as their word. And to that, he takes it um, meaningfully over to John 17:20 again, but this time over to interlinear. And in the interlinear, there's a uniqueness clarification in relation to their word, which is joined together to the word um, of them. Uh, in me, um, this in me is a unique, immediate clarification instead of reading forward onto um, how being one has him and you and him and etc. He comes closer to the substance of your word and clarifies that by way of you holding your word value, he has you in him. Uh, can we part in word value and still be one with him? But I want to show you something about the study of the word, basically, um, and how it the word is spoken of uniquely right here with a different spelling um, and a different grammar analysis. Is uh, basically the apostles' word, um, that which Christ gave to the apostles, and they having to have word value enough to bring it Christ's word through them to us so that we can hold word value. And this is a different word with a different spelling, and thus, a different group, let's say, disciples. Um, and then there's the word out of verse 14, right here. And this word is Christ's word value and his substance as he brings what was given to him by God in trustworthiness that he is somebody to receive from as directly from God, accurate quality word, and even to the point that and the word became flesh and dwelt among us, and it's the substance of who he is his word, and that's like a posting of uh, an analysis of the word. Christ's word, disciples' word, our word, all united into a prayer prayed by Christ that we may find our way to a perfect one. And of course, that includes spousal one. Um, so, can you take it apart while he joins it together right here?